DDM 2024.07 brings a number of enhancements to the searching capabilities and the display window here. In order to demonstrate this, I'm going to pick on a bearing housing assembly, and as you can see here, I'm currently seeing all issues of all items. Now, the display latest issue only filter used to have its own tick box up here, similar to the matching any option. Now we've got this new area in the top right corner called display filters. If I go into here, I can now switch on the latest issue only option, and if I rerun my search, I am now only seeing the latest issue of these items in this category. So the first enhancement we're talking about today is moving this tick box option into the new display filters area. The next enhancement is an expand all, collapse all option. If I pick on this particular assembly, I'm going to copy the number for this assembly and I'm going to search specifically on assemblies to isolate this assembly in my window. The enhancement here is the ability to expand all or collapse all on a structure. So if I do expand all, this is going to open this structure across all levels. So really quite a useful enhancement. But as you can see, when you have the were used and the attachment nodes visible, it obscures the view that you're looking at. So in order to demonstrate the next enhancement, I'm just going to remove my embedded properties window and I'm going to minimize the left-hand panel. The next enhancement is the ability to turn on and off the were used and the attachment nodes, branches. So if I turn these off now, what we're now looking at is my full structure for this assembly across all part assemblies, drawings and documents. Okay, really quite useful. We didn't have the ability to do this previously across all types, and therefore some users were using some of the other windows in order to try and achieve this. So a really nice enhancement, the ability to expand all and collapse all. So I'll just do that one more time, expand all, and we see the entire structure in this window. Now the next enhancement is the addition of a filter option. So this filter box we can see up in the right hand side corner. Okay, now what this does is this will filter by searching on any text in the current search results display. So it will not change the search, but it does give me the ability, if I type in LED, I have just filtered down on anything that contains the letters LED. Now when we do this, we do show you where these items appear in the structure. So the top item and the second item do not say LED, but in order to show you the results in the context of the structure that you're looking at, we include them. It's very quick and therefore very dynamic. So if I, for example, type in SUP for superseded, I can very quickly see within my structure that there are a part, a drawing and a document in my structure that have been superseded. Okay, so a dynamic filtering capability, really quite useful, and this will work in any search results windows. If I, for example, if I search across all parts and I search for the word nut, then I've got 177 results back in the query. If I just size all the columns to fit, if I was looking for example M6, I've very quickly filtered down on those search results. So it will not change the search, it's only filtering within the search and only within the text that is displayed in this window. And therefore, if you switched other columns on, then it would also search within the additional columns. If I switch on, for example, I have a custom attribute for supplier. If I switch this on and clear my filter, as you can see here, I've got some supplier details in here. If I type in RS components, it's filtered down and it's including this column because it's now included within my search results. So really very useful when you're looking at large amounts of data and you want to dynamically filter your search results. The next enhancement, I'm going to bring my embedded properties window back, because the next enhancement is, if I go back to my assembly here, this assembly, if I look at either the structure or the where used tabs, we've also included these filters and the display filters in this embedded properties. Again, really very useful. I'm only looking at a small amount of data here, but if you're looking at a lot of data, you can filter very easily. I will just demonstrate by typing in part of the word superseded, and it's immediately filtered down. If I wanted to find anything in my structure that is M6, again, I can filter down. So really very quick and very dynamic. The display filters also apply, and we can, it's better demonstrated in the next example, because if I do a where used, well, this assembly has a relationship with 2 parent drawings and 2 parent folders. Now, if this contains a lot of information, we might want to filter this and say, do not show the drawings, or do not show a particular folder type. So we can turn off either all folders or specific folder types. So the ability to dynamically filter or to change the display filters on an item in the embedded properties when you're looking at either the structure or the where used tabs. The next enhancement, very similar. If I look at the example of some supply chain folders, I have a supplier folder here, and if I look at the content of this supplier folder, previously to drill in you would have to start looking in the dividers. Well, we've included these filters now, so I could say turn dividers on or off. So I've just turned these dividers off, and if I wanted to filter to see anything that's work in progress, I can. So again, very, very useful enhancement when you're looking at large amounts of data and you want to filter what you're looking at or change the display filters. Great enhancements in DDM 2024.07.